I'm now going to turn it over to Lisa Underwood with Aging Strong, and she's going to talk to us about her volunteer respite program that she operates.
Really appreciate that. I love your definition of a moment of relief because it is really hard to break it down sometimes. And man, just those 3 words, I'm gonna be using that. So thank you, Learn members, for letting me be here today. Tis the season to share germs, and so I'm a little fuzzy headed and groggy sounding, froggy sounding. So gosh, Julie, if I start talking about like underwater basket weaving instead of respite, just give me a little like Zoom slapping and wake me back up.
I want to keep it light anyway. It's our last session for the year.
So thank you guys for letting me be here. We love what we get to do at Aging Strong. Basically, in a nutshell, I'm going to be focusing on the piece of Aging Strong that is the Respite Companion Program, but I do want you to know that Aging Strong as a whole has different pieces to it. We have 4 different program service areas, and we have the privilege of leading over 100 volunteers. All our programs are volunteer powered. We're really thrilled about that. We love our volunteers. The average age of our volunteers are 72. So we're just love working with the older population. Not only are the volunteers' lives being changed through service and connection, but the folks they serve are being changed through service and connection. And if you want to go to our website, that next little slide there, it just is a screenshot of our website, agingstrong.org, gives a good feel for just how we really help families in our community thrive. And we make sure older adults don't feel alone. All of us here on this call, we know that that's a struggle with the older population. And so what Aging Strong does is connect those folks that might even be feeling alone themselves and connect them to a place of service. I'll share a quick quote and then I'm going to dive into Respite Companion Program. But one of our program participants that is receiving a volunteer through the Respite Companion, she's living with dementia and she has been going every week to the Meridian Senior Center with her volunteer. And she doesn't talk a whole lot, but everybody at the table really includes her and just makes her feel loved and just part of that moment at the Meridian Senior Center. Well, the other day, the volunteer was taking her home, and this lady looked at the volunteer and said, "I feel like I belong again." And it was such a cool moment because that kind of sums up what we want for our older population. We want them to feel they belong. And so that's what we're all about at Aging Strong. So check out our website, see what else we do. But I get the honor of leading our Respite Companion Program. And that's that next little slide there. I don't know if we want to take time to show the video or not. What do you think,
Yeah,
Karen?
we have.
Give it a whirl?
Absolutely, we have time.
Okay, cool beans.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and share
Let
the
me
video.
see if I am enabled for sound. Let's see here.
I love, Lisa, that you just said cool beans.
We're in professional education, cool beans as well.
Okay, let's see if it is enabled for sound, and if not, I might need to reshare. So let's see if it works here.
So we provide a volunteer weekly to a home of a military family for the sake of companionship and support, get them out of the house. It's usually folks that aren't driving anymore, that are just feeling a little bit isolated. So we really come alongside those older military families, do fun things. We take them on a scenic drive. We take them out to breakfast, to the Warhawk Museum. We just have a good time providing life, creating a moment. It's pretty awesome.
I love volunteering for Legacy Corps. This is my 5th year. I have a heart for veterans, and I love giving the spouses of disabled veterans respite every week. I just absolutely love it, and I think it's something I would hope to do for the next couple of years.
I served for 3 years in the Army. I retired from a family business, and I found myself with a fair amount of time that I wanted to fill up with meaningful events. I signed up and this is my 4th year, and that's the primary reason. And I have no end date in sight.
I would say if you're out there and you want to help provide purpose and connection for somebody, Legacy Core, our volunteer companion, is a great way to dig in there and make a big difference.
Thanks for figuring that out, Dara and Karen, for the sound piece. So we actually used to be called Legacy Core, a little bit confusing. If any of you know us in the community as Legacy Core, we're just simply Aging Strong Respite Companion Program. Legacy Core was connected to a specific grant. However, same exact mission, we still give a break, a moment of relief, as Julie taught us today, to family caregivers and companionship for those loved ones. So we match our volunteers with the family of an older military connected family. A lot of people think that the families we serve have to be a veteran. They don't have to be a veteran. We just have a military connection in the family. So kind of keep that in your mind. And when you want to refer us, it could be a widow of a veteran. It could be a grandma whose granddaughter is active Army. So just military connection. And the whole goal of those visits is just offering companionship for those who need that little extra support, a much needed moment of relief for their loved one. So next slide. Talking about just the real impacts with real people. I love, love, love all these pictures. None of them are AI generated. They're all our people just making incredible moments with, although I love AI, by the way, Tina, so that was not additional. Yeah. But this is all just true blue moments of reality with our people spending time with the families that we serve. And as you can see, it's just getting out, sometimes just having a good time, or maybe sometimes it's involving taking them on errands or getting them to a doctor's appointment. Basically, things that just seem so easy for you and me to get out and do, we try to provide some support in those areas. And it's all, again, volunteer powered, which is really beautiful thing. That's why we do have a wait list of families. However, I always tell folks, get on the wait list, because the matchmaking little process, I like to call myself the little matchmaker. Sometimes we connect a family fairly soon with a volunteer just because they live near a new volunteer, and all of a sudden we get to make that wonderful phone call that you have a volunteer with our respite companion. So don't hesitate to refer folks our way and get them on my little list, because it'll be, hopefully we'll be able to get them somebody. So just a little thing too, we can't provide any medical care, personal care. Oh, yep. Oh, I thought someone was asking a question.
Sun's shining and
Oh, Karen's trying to, there we go. Go ahead.
Gotcha. Yeah, so we don't do any personal care or medical care. That's another little thing too. We're just simply basic companions. As you can see in that one little center picture with the lady with the red shirt, she actually helped create a life story for a gentleman, a Korean War veteran. And we have a really cool new grant that we're implementing right now and just having so much fun with, is building these life stories for families that are interested in our community. I won't get super in the weeds with it because of time, but it's a really cool project. So we got a lot of fun things that we do through that Respite Companion Program. So if we can move on to the next slide. Aging Strong Respite Companion Outcomes. I know some of us just love talking numbers because numbers do matter. This is an average numbers of 2024. We were in the middle of a software shift, so this is close, but it's going to be average. In 2024, our Aging Strong Respite Companion Outcomes, we have 50 plus veterans and military connected families that we serve. That's every week with 2 to 4 hour long visits for free, which is pretty awesome just in Treasure Valley. In 2024, the Respite Companion volunteers provided approximately 16,000 miles of transportation, which is a pretty big deal. As we all know, transportation is lacking in our area, for the older adults especially. We delivered over 4,000 hours of free respite, and we also generated an estimated $140,000 in cost savings for families who would have had to pay for this respite, these moments of relief. Pretty awesome. Yay, volunteers and Aging Strong. We're so grateful. So next little slide, how can we work together to serve our community? Just let families know if you have places where I might be able to tap in and find some beautiful souls that want to serve and volunteer, please reach out to me. Just use your networks and connect me, because we want to shorten that wait list significantly. And then just the library last slide, and then we'll pass it back to Julie. Just who to contact, that's me. I'm Lisa Underwood, my email and my phone number is on there, and then also our website. So thank you so much, Learn Friends, and thanks, Julie.
Thank you, Lisa. And thank you, Lisa. Lisa has a volunteer appreciation event today that starts at 11. So we thank her so much for joining us this morning and fitting this in on a very busy day for her with her volunteer appreciation later on this afternoon. Lisa, I have a question, and I'm sure it might come up. One of the questions is how many hours a week do the volunteers commit to volunteering for?
You bet. We ask them to commit to at least 2 to 4. And that just gives the family member who's getting that moment of relief enough time to get out. Some volunteers do a little bit more. It's kind of up to them and the family, but we ask for at least 2 to 4 hours each. And it's the same volunteer with the same family each week. So really special relationships are built as well.